Hey, what's going on, 047? It is a beautiful night here. Kind of feels perfect based on the week we had to hopefully have a nice night, get outside, get some fresh air during this time. John asked me to share with you some do's and don'ts regarding virtual meetings. For about the last 5 years, I've been about 90% virtual, and I'm going to share with you some things that work. So we primarily use GoToMeeting. We'll use RingCentral occasionally as well. Things that work. We send the client ahead of time a link for GoToMeeting, and we tell them that the phone call will be done, or the audio portion will be done via phone call. On the first meeting or when I'm scheduling the meeting, I let them know that we will be sending them a link and that it's important for them to be in front of a computer. Second thing here is if you choose to use visual or not. So camera could be a great way to make some human connectivity during this time. I would just tell you, make sure you're in a well-lit room, make sure you look the way you want to look for that meeting, that the background, the scenery is all appropriate. That part's totally up to you, and I choose to usually not use camera, but in this last week, we've done a ton of that. Okay, next thing I would tell you here is body language. So since we're not in front of the person, we don't see their body language. So one reason why I like the camera is because it actually almost requires them to stay attentive, but it's a great opportunity to develop your skill set in asking really great questions. So I use this as an opportunity, rather than the yes and no answers, to say things more like, so what are your thoughts when you look at this page? Or what are your thoughts when you look at the difference between column 5 and column 6 at age 65? It requires them to work and be a participant in the call. Next thing I would tell you is practice ahead of time using the drawing tools, particularly on GoToMeeting. They're a great way to make sure that you are engaging on the page with somebody, but you want to make sure that you spend some time understanding that before you do so. So those are some tips and some thoughts regarding virtual meetings, but here's my thought for you. I think there's going to be some silver linings here. I think you will realize you could be equally as efficient via a GoToMeeting and being virtual with somebody, and you could literally go almost to the minute before your next call. It's a really efficient way to run a practice. But make sure that your phone is fully charged, your earbuds are fully charged, whatever you're using, whether it's headphones or whatnot. Make sure your technology is up to date. You don't want to be getting into your GoToMeeting once the meeting starts. You want to be ready and prepared. Oh, and lastly, I prefer 2 screens. The reason for that is I like my GoToMeeting screen with all the information I'm looking at with the client, and then on the other screen is where I have my documents and I'm pulling the next folder or the next piece of information in. But it also gives you a chance to adapt. If you need to change something on the spot, on the other screen, you could be making a change while you're on the phone with the client. So anyway, best of luck. Continue to adapt. Continue to navigate through this. We will all come out of this. We will all be better. We will all be okay. There will be silver linings. It is our job right now to navigate our clients, our advisors, our families through this. Continue to practice social distancing. Miss all of you. Continue to connect on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe, stay healthy.